It's good to see you, Pak Samtidar, ya, Dr. Samtidar, the head of the English department, in attendance. Also, Ibu Rusdiana Junaid, the Dean of the Faculty of Education and Teacher Training at Cokroaminoto University in Palopo. Kita menunggu Bu Asriati ya. Ibu Asriati yang akan menjadi MC dan moderator. Wah, ini ada Ibu Sartin Miolo. My old friend from UNG in Gorontalo. Apa kabar Bu Sartin? Masih mute Ibu Sartin. Ibu Sartin masih mute. Aktifkan dulu mikrofon Ibu Sartin.
Aduh, senang sekali ketemu Pak Ling.
Ada berapa puluh tahun kita tidak ketemu ya?
Kabar Ibu Sartin.
Ada
Ibu Sartin, apa kabar?
Alhamdulillah baik, Prof. Senang biar cuman ketemu.
Sekarang di mana Ibu Sartin?
Gorontalo, Prof. Ya, UNG. Dulu bareng Pak Hairil.
Kira sudah.
Waduh. Pak Hairil sudah ya
bermigrasi.
Dapat jodoh di Makassar. Jadi harus di Makassar.
Saya kan pekerja migran, pekerja migran.
Iya, alhamdulillah senang Pak Ling. Walau ketemu saja di dunia maya begini.
Ya, great to see everyone here. Ini ada.
Thank you, Pak.
Mantan-mantan mahasiswa S1, S2 juga di sini ada ya. Great. Ada teman-teman baru ini Pratela ya, SMA Negeri 50 Jakarta. Bentar ya, saya hubungi Ibu Asri dulu ini. Kenapa ini?
Silakan Pak.
Well, Ibu Asriati is here. We should be able to start. Bu Astriati is currently at Pangkep, in Pangkep, Pangkajen and Kepulauan. She might have some trouble with the connection. Bu Astriati, are you?
Yes, I'm here,
ready to
sir,
go?
already.
Okay, yeah. I think we can start, yeah?
Still 39 participants. Is it okay?
Okay, ya.
It's okay, we have to start now, yeah? While people are joining the session, we
Okay.
can start.
How about my voice? Is it clearly heard?
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you very well.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, college and students, welcome to the first edition of the Faculty Professional Development.
Bu Astriati, you might have to repeat what you have just said. We lost you just a few
Okay.
seconds ago. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I was out from Zoom, so sorry for that. Okay, so let me repeat the first session then. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Welcome to the first edition of Faculty Professional Development, brought to you by English Language Education Study Program this morning. This is an online national webinar. And then today is Saturday, 29th May of 2021. Okay, so I hope everyone is healthy wherever you are now. And let's all begin this first editions by saying Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, for the next agenda, let's all listen to Indonesian national anthem, Indonesia Raya. It was the national anthem of Indonesia, Indonesia Raya. Now let's move to the next agenda. The next agenda will be the report by the Chair of English Language Education Study Program, Dr. Hairil Anwar.
Thank you.
Dr. Hairil Anwar Korompot,
Thank you, Ibu
the floor
Asriati.
is yours.
Yeah, thank you. Very good morning to all of us. Selamat pagi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera.
Waalaikumsalam.
Salam sejahtera, Om Swastiastu. Salam kebajikan. Namo Buddhaya Rahayu. Welcome to the first monthly session of our Faculty Professional Development Seminar and Workshop Series for the year 2021. The seminar is put together by the English Language Education Program, a division in the English Department of the Faculty of Languages and Literature or Fakultas Bahasa dan Sastra FBS at Universitas Negeri Makassar or UNM. For those coming outside South Sulawesi or Sulawesi, for your information, UNM is located in the city of Makassar in the province of South Sulawesi, Indonesia. We plan to organize a seminar or workshop like this every month from now until this time next year, because the committee is tasked with this seminars and workshop series for 1 year, and hopefully beyond that, yeah, with another committee next year. The purpose of the Faculty Professional Development Series is to provide a platform for our faculty members in particular to share their ideas with colleagues from various institutions, yeah, universities, schools, and other educational institutions in order to advance the field of English language education, and also to open up opportunity for further networking and collaboration with various parties from Indonesia and abroad. In this session today, we feature 3 speakers, namely Professor Dr. Nurdin Noni M. Hum, Dr. Nur Aini SPD MPD, and myself, Hairil Anwar Korompot, who will deliver talks under the theme of language teacher professional development. And we think that this theme is suitable or maybe applicable or relevant to us in the English language education program, due to our important role in producing future English teachers. And of course, it is relevant to the English language teachers in schools, both government and private schools, as well as English language schools everywhere in Indonesia. Until the Google form was closed a few days ago, there were more than 170 people who signed up for this seminar. And currently there are 62 people. And we hope that more of the participants will join later as the seminar progresses. I have tried to also make the seminar available on YouTube via live streaming. I hope it is working right now. To be honest, I'm new with this. I haven't done this before, so I hope the system works. Otherwise, if the live streaming doesn't work, I will try to make a video of this, because this is being recorded, and the video will be uploaded on our YouTube channel, the YouTube channel of English Language Education Program. So yeah, we hope to see all of the people who have signed up for this seminar, more than 170 people in this session. However, the capacity given by Zoom is only 100 people. So that includes the participants, the committee members, and the three presenters. In closing, I would like to request Dr. Samtidar, our chair of the department, to officially open this online national seminar. Thank you very much, and have a fruitful and productive seminar, everyone. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, thank you very much for the chair of the English Language Education Study Program, Dr. Hairil Anwar. Okay, as have been mentioned by Dr. Hairil Anwar before, the next agenda we will invite the chair of English Department to give his welcoming speech and also open this first editions of online national webinar. Dr. Samtidar, are you with us? Would you please unmute your?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Because Dr. Samtidar is already with us. Dr. Samtidar, the screen is yours.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, all the committee of this English language teacher professional development. This is I think this is the first online webinar conducted by English education program. I myself, as the head of English department of ONM, and I would like to say this is a very a good culture, academic culture that historically we have done this during our studies in Australia. This is a good culture. I think this is not only because of we've been in Australia, but I think this is an academic culture that everyone should be involved, particularly a particular person in English education, the one who are interested in. Once again, I would like to say congratulations for this English education program. This is a great program to be developed, particularly for our clan, our club. This is our club, an English education club, where we learn about pedagogical skill. How do we teach this? And this, within this webinar, this will be a monthly webinar online that will be conducted, a series of a webinar of English conference. We call it mini conference in our context here, that will be monthly, and everyone is welcome to be a speaker. As an ally speaker will be three speakers at the same time. So just contact the committee, contact Ibu Asriati, or contact directly Kaprodi, Pak Dr. Hairil Anwar. But once again, I would like to say welcome for the guests, for the speakers, for the guests, for all the cheers, people who are interested in English education. So this will be a monthly program. So don't hesitate to contact committee if you want to involve in this particular mini conference. Once again, this is excellent program. This is a brilliant ideas to bring us to share our thoughts, to share our ideas, how English education, English teaching, particularly in South Sulawesi, or in South Sulawesi, or in Indonesia as well, in general. So there is no other words that I would like to say. So do not hesitate to contact us if you want to participate as a speakers. I do myself, I probably will submit myself to be one of the presenters in the near future, in the near couple of weeks time. Once again, congratulations for the committee, congratulations for the speakers, and congratulations for all participants for our first debut of online webinar. Once again, thank you very much for your kind attentions, and be active, be proactive to all the issue that raised by presenters today. So yeah, that will be my speech. At the same time, what will be my official open, and I like to say I officially open this program, this mini conference, by reciting Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is officially open. Thank you very much, committee. Thank you very much, master of the ceremony. All the best for practicing these skills. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you for the chair of English department to officially open this online webinar, online national webinar today. Okay, so finally we'll begin our the main point of today's webinar, yeah, for the faculty professional development and with the theme English language teacher development. Okay, so let me read some background of our presenters today before we really get into the table. Okay, so yes, our first speaker today is Professor Dr. Noni M. Hum. He graduated from IKIP Ujung Pandang for his bachelor degree and consecutively for his magister and doctoral degree from Hasanuddin University, and he got a specialist certificate in language curriculum and material development in RELC Singapore, and Aldia's fellowship in Latrobe University Australia, PGSM attachment program on school system in Victoria, Australia, and now he is a lecturer in English language education study program, Universitas Negeri Makassar. He has a lot of background, yeah, especially experience in the field of educations. Yeah, but I couldn't read every words here actually, but what we know that he is actually has a lot of experiences. Yeah, he was actually vice or deputy director of UNM before, and then it was for 2 periods actually for him, and also tim ad hoc BAN SM, and wow, a lot of job experience here, and senior education consultant for USAID Education Project Evaluation, manager of Makassar Cyber Education Center, and now his research interest is actually in technology adoption in ELT. Okay, so this is really connected with our conditions now. I guess Prof. Nurdin will talk a lot about it and also has a very informative idea and thoughts later for us. And the next speaker is Dr. Nur Aini, MPD. She actually graduated originally from Universitas Negeri Makassar. I see that from her bachelor degree, magister degree, and doctoral degree, all from Universitas Negeri Makassar. But she also has a short course in Northern Illinois University in 2016. And if we see what she had here, she was the best presenter at PKPT research report hosted by Higher Educations of Indonesia in 2018. And then she is the best report design for basic training for civil servant hosted by the Ministry of Education and Culture of Indonesia, and Global Educator of Decade Award given by Leadership in Education Academy Development in Philippines, International Ambassador of Peace given by World Literary Forum for Peace and Human Rights, Wow, a lot of awards too here. Dr. Nur Aini from Dr. Nur Aini, and she attended some international conference as the presenters. Of course, there are a lot of conferences here. Brown seminar at Northern Illinois University in USA, and then closing ceremony of PKP in 2016 in Northern Illinois University too. International Conference on Language Education, Taflin International Conference in 2018, and a lot of more. Yeah, so we can say that she is actually an international speaker. Okay. Okay. Her research interests are teaching English as foreign language, teaching English oral communication, English oral communication apprehension, and ELT material development and evaluation. Okay, that was for. And the last but not least, of course, the speaker for today, and also has a lot of experiences. Yeah, Dr. Hairil Anwar Korompot. Dr. Hairil Anwar Korompot is known as Dr. Ling or Pak Ling or Serling. He was born and raised in Kota Mobagu, actually, Bolaan Mondo, North Sulawesi. So he is, he's a national speaker too today. Okay, his bachelor degree is in English language education from IKIP Manado, presently Universitas Negeri Manado. He received his Master of Arts degree in Applied Linguistics from the University of Adelaide, Australia, and his PhD degree in the same field from the University of New England, also in Australia. Dr. Korompot is a lecturer at the English Language Education program at Universitas Negeri Makassar and currently serves as the chair of the program. He also sits on the National Executive Board of the Association for the Teaching of English as a Foreign Language in Indonesia, what we know as TAFLIN, and has served as TAFLIN's Eastern Indonesia Regional Coordinator since 2014. His current research interests are in the areas of English language teacher professional development, curriculum and materials development in English language teaching. Okay, so have really great speakers and presenters for today. Okay, so without any further ado, Professor Dr. Nurdin Noni, are you with us now?
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, without any further ado, the screen is yours, Prof.
Okay, can you see my screen, my PowerPoint presentation slide?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, Prof.
Yes,
Okay.
Prof. We can see
Yes, Prof. We
can see
also
your
can see it, I think.
PowerPoint presentation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam. For some reason, we cannot hear Prof. Nurdin Noni's voice.
No worries, I'm setting up my
Oh,
slides.
okay, okay, sorry.
Okay, Sam with me here, sir. Oh, okay. Okay, Prof.
Okay. Can you hear my voice, please?
Yes.
Yes, Prof.
Yeah. Okay, I repeat again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good morning, everyone. Bapak sekalian who are now attending this webinar. I'm very happy that we can meet and interact again in this national webinar. on the EFL Teacher Professional Development. As you can see, the title of my presentation today is Digitally Oriented EFL Teacher Professional Development. Here, there will be two main issues that I would like to present, namely the ICT literacy or the digital familiarity of the EFL teachers, meaning how a teacher professional development equip the ubiquity of digital devices, equip the EFL teachers, the digital skills, ICT skills, of course, to enrich their pedagogical competence. I think this is an important point that we have to discuss right now, because since the existence or the activity of digital devices and the task of helping students become digitally competent, of course, it requires teachers to develop their own digital competencies. And of course, the second point that we will discuss today is the delivery, the delivery of TPD, of course, using digital equipment, digital tools, and platforms. Meaning that how is teacher professional development implemented to adapt with current condition that require the use of digital technology. I hope that during my session, the participant can suggestions in the chat room, because we have very limited time. So I hope you make the question there. Okay, the first slide that I want to show you, that is about the issue of Indonesian. So in this one, I would like to all participants, to write a piece,
Prof. Nurdin. Prof.
No.
Hello.
No.
Hello, Prof. Now we can hear your voice, but
Okay.
before we couldn't. Okay, please
I repeat
continue.
again. Yeah, I hope that you can give or a word relating to the current issues of Indonesian EFL teachers. I already put the question in chat room. Can you please, everyone, write a sentence or write a phrase or a word what is containing about issues of Indonesian EFL teachers. I give you a half minutes to write that one. Can everyone quickly write a sentence of race or a word, yeah, in relation to the current issues of Indonesian EFL teachers. Then we can move on to the next slide.
Hilang lagi suaranya.
I'm waiting the writing in the chat.
Hello.
Okay. Can you hear my voice, please? Okay. Probably the problems faced by the teachers, the English teachers right now in the teaching, or in your class. Okay, we have many now. Okay. We have content mastery, too many applications to learn.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Prof.
Hello.
You hear our voice, Prof?
Hello.
Hello, Prof. Would you please maybe a little bit louder your voice?
Okay. Hello, hello. Can you hear now? Hello.
Okay, hello. I think it is a little bit clear than before.
Okay.
Please continue.
Yeah. Good.
Yes, Prof. Yes, Prof.
Okay.
Please continue.
Now. Okay. Now I continue. We already got some issues and problems written by participants in the chat room. For example, effective learning, too many applications to learn. Yeah. And about assessment, learning during pandemic, and so on and so on. So many, yeah. Content mastery. Yeah. So I think those are the interesting things that we discussed. Good. Okay. We got many phrases or words about the issues or problems faced by teachers in Indonesia. But then I try to present you all 3 issues for Indonesian teachers right now. The first one is about the system. I think we all agree that there is no system to maintain teachers' performance continuously at school and district level, yeah. I think the issue is that the government of Indonesia, including the provincial government, the district government, has not yet established a system regularly to maintain teachers' performance after, especially after passing the certification. Jadi belum pernah kita dengar apa program pemerintah setelah ada program sertifikasi. Yeah. And second one, the government can only facilitate a very small number of teachers, yeah, in teacher professional development. And the next one is we also have the MGMP, or Subject Matters Association, Subject Teacher Forum at district level, yeah. It seems that this organization did not work because, you know, teachers had transformation problem from rural, for example, or remote areas to the central district or cities. And the other one is activities were not attractive for teachers. And we find more, we find more that written by the participant. I think that's interesting. One participant wrote that there are too many applications that you have to learn. That's why we'll answer this one in this presentation. And then one also raised about the blended learning and okay, let's look at the professional development outcomes of the TPD that has been done until now. If you can look at the table here, I list the professional development elements, and then we'll see the outcomes in terms of knowledge level, skill attainment, and transfer to practice. Yeah, and if you can see the percentage, it seems that if our TPD is just to explain theory, meaning presenter explain content, what it is, why it is important, and how to teach it, then the outcome is this. Knowledge level is only 10%, and skill attainment 5%, and then transfer to practice 0%. So meaning that when you are conducting a TPD, yeah, and then you just sitting in front of the room or explaining something in Zoom and so on, then this is the outcome that you can expect to get. And then if you do demonstration, for example, present model instructional practices, then the participant can get 30%. Yeah, this is the estimate percentage participant can understand about the content. And then for the skill attainment, only 20%, and then transfer to practice 0%. And then if you practice, yeah, the concept in the TPD program, then the participant will get 60% for the knowledge level, and then skill attainment 60%, and only 5% transfer to practice. But if you do, yeah, the strategy of TPD in the form of coaching, then the meaning participant receive ongoing support, yeah, and guidance or probably mentoring when they return to the classroom. The participant will get 95%, yeah, knowledge level, skill attainment 95%, and transfer to practice 99%. So by looking at this one, I think when you plan to make TPD, especially EFL TPD, then you have to think about to include or to plan making the coaching, yeah, for the participants. Okay, now we come to what is actually TPD. Yeah, I think everyone already know this one. Yeah, TPD is a variety of advanced professional learning, can be specialized training or formal education, like in service training that we are doing in the university. For what? Of course, to help teachers to improve their skills, knowledge, and effectiveness for the purpose of getting better student learning outcomes. So that's the TPD. Yeah. what we mean by, if you look at this one, this table, the last element, coaching. Yeah, this participant receive ongoing. This means that the TPD is the continuous TPD actually. Yeah, that's why here I focus on the CPD, continuous professional development, continuous teacher professional development. Yeah, which is actually the development of teachers' competencies. Yeah, in effective ways, in gradual ways, in continuous ways. Of course, for teacher professionalism improvement. Very sorry, because I'm in the
Okay, we are going to wait for Professor Nurdinoni. Please remain seated. And also, if you have any idea and thought, you may share on the chat box like what Prof said. Thank you.
okay. For this, very sorry for the interruption. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm focusing on continuous professional development. The CBD is actually conducted in accordance with the need to achieve standard of competence of, and to improve competence of the teachers in order that they are able to provide professional education services. Here I show you the principle of this characterizing effective continuous professional development program. There are some components, yeah, or principle, yeah, that you have to understand here. The first one, need-based. Yeah, of course, when you are planning to make teacher professional development, the first one that you have to do is, yeah, you make need analysis. Yeah, you conduct need analysis to find out the needs, the teaching needs of the teacher. And then the second one is sustain. Yeah, meaning that continuous professional development program in order to be impactful, of course, need to be continuously carried out. Yeah, not just what you conduct it once and then stop it, and then there is no follow up. Yeah, so there should be sustainable program that we have to make. Second one is peer collaborative. Yeah, the second principle is a peer collaborative. So the teacher colleagues, yeah, can give a regular support to each other and feedback from friends, from colleagues, and even from experts. And of course, there should be effective peer collaboration from among the teachers. And then the next one is in practice. Yeah, this is another aspect. This is another principle of CPD. And then reflective. Yeah, this reflective is important, especially to know what works well and then what doesn't work. Reflective is very important to do this one, and then evaluate it. We need to evaluate the program. Yeah, we need to evaluate the program, of course, to improve, yeah, the next program. And then the impactful. Impactful means that we need to know whether the TPD program that we conduct really impact the learning, the students' learning. Yes. And then they call it inspire. Yeah, I quote it from Cambridge. This one. Yeah, and this one. This is the process. Yeah, this is the process of doing TPD. From analyze, identifying target, identifying result, design, implement teachers, and provide ongoing support. Yeah, I don't need to explain everyone. And this is the page. I will share the slides to you all. And okay, these are the strategies that we can do in terms of the TPD. Of course, there are so many strategies that we can have. We have peer coaching, study groups, extend research, mentoring, teaching portfolios, in service training, in teaching, we have workshop and so on. Yeah, and then these are more strategies. Okay, you can eat yourself. Okay, now we can. I will explain a little bit about this one. How can digital technology strengthen teacher professional development? Okay, the first one that we have to see, we have to look at the categorization of teachers, yeah, of teachers based on their views on ICT use. Nah, nanti kita lihat ini where we are, kita berada di mana. Yeah. The first category is the teachers who are conservative about the use of technology. Ya, nah, apa yang mereka bilang, technology is education in fundamentally bad and destructive. Nothing to improve, nothing is improved by technology in education, but rather it makes quality lower, back to basic and classical studies. Ini orang konservatif. Kemudian ada juga kelompok, we have the group of teachers who are technocrats. Ya, teknokrat itu mengatakan we place computers and internet in the classroom and see what happens, assuming only positive effect that will happen in the classroom. Ya, nanti kita lihat, saya cepat saja karena waktunya terbatas. Then we have the reformist, ya, the reformist. Mereka mengatakan there might be some positive effect in education using technology. We can try to improve the curriculum and teaching with the add-on of technology. Kemudian ini yang paling lawangnya dengan konservatif. We have the radical group of the teachers about technology using education. Mereka mengatakan technology will fundamentally change our culture, our relation and education. We need to change everything. Yeah, a total paradigm shift is needed. Yeah, tapi saya kira in the pandemic era, we are forced, we are forced to use technology. You like it or you dislike it, you have to use it right now. Jadi saya kira kita menggunakan itu mungkin tidak bisa dikatakan radikal. Yeah, but we are forced to do that. Okay, there are 4 different ways of adopting technology in delivering content. I think this is important. when we plan to have or to conduct our TVD. There are 4 diverse ways. There are 4 kinds of ways of adopting technology in delivering the contents of TVD. Ya, kalau kita lihat ini apa namanya, we have the lab column same time, different time. Saya kira kita sudah we have been familiar with this concept. Ya, same place, different place. Yeah, number 1 is conducted at the same time, same place, and this one is more traditional. Yeah, technology supported teaching, demonstration, visual presentation, and then the next one. Mohon maaf ya, saya tidak.
Surat pengantin dari mana itu?
Mepacing.
Iya, ada ramah pacing.
Oke, very sorry ya.
Yes, Prof. Take your time.
Saya tidak menyangka kalau iringan ini lewat di depan saya. Oke, ya. Ya, saya sudah mengambil posisi yang aman sebenarnya di kafe, tapi ternyata dia lewat masuk di sini, jadi very sorry about that.
It's okay, Prof.
Oke, ya, mereka sudah lewat.
Selingan itu, selingan.
Oke, ya. Kemudian ini number 3, ya, the TVD is conducted at the same time but different place, and then sometimes we call it synchronous communication. And we can conduct it by using video conference, audio chat, text chat, whiteboard, and so on. Yeah, I think like what we are doing right now, we are in the form of synchronous communication. We have video conference by using Zoom, yeah. And then this is a choice when we conduct TVD. And then we can conduct it in different place at different time. As we call it asynchronous communication. Asynchronous communication. Then we can discuss it in the form of discussion forum, email, LMS, and so on and so on. Yeah. Okay. How to make ICT oriented TVD work? Nah, ini ada prinsip-prinsip bagaimana ICT oriented TVD itu benar-benar bisa berjalan dengan baik. Ini saya kira tidak terangkan sebagai masing-masing. Ya, you can read this one. First, know why ICT is being used. How to incorporate specific tools to meet specific needs, match ICT into infrastructure, and so on and so on. Until you keep in mind that ICT support solution. This is not the solution. Ya, jadi ini yang saya kira penting. Keep in mind that ICT support solution. It is not the solution. Yeah, but it support. Yeah, it support the solution. Okay. This is the successful approaches to ICT in TPD. Yeah. Okay, the first one is timely. Yeah, I mean that teachers should learn to use computer at the point in a project. Yeah, when they will have access to ICT application, and then job related. In this case, of course, teacher development, teacher professional development. So it is all about the teaching. And then welcoming, ini juga hal yang penting dipertimbangkan when you conduct the TVD using ICT or digital technology. Yeah, welcoming means that how you can really make the digital technology familiar with the participants. Ya, banyak apa namanya partisipan biasanya itu yang masih apa itu masih kaku atau masih ragu atau bahkan ada yang alergi dengan teknologi. Ya, jadi kita harus membuatnya welcome bagi peserta. So make it friendly ya, and then make it hands-on ya. Ya, jadi make it hands-on meaning that you have to I mean teachers should be asked to learn by doing. Yeah, not just by listening, and then technically appropriate. Yeah, make sure that the teachers or the participants are familiar with the platforms or the technological tools that you use. Yeah. Nah, kita pindah ke digital technology skills ya, STVD learning material. Ini stepnya sebenarnya, step-stepnya, this is the step when you decide to use digital tools. First one, you have to identify the teaching needs. What teaching needs that you want to include in your TPD? Of course, in relation to the use of ICT, identify appropriate ICT tools and application. Ada tadi yang sudah mengatakan so many application. So you have to identify the appropriate one. Bukan hanya the appropriate, but the familiar one. Ya, familiar one with the teachers. Yang sangat akrab dengan guru-guru. Nah, jangan yang tidak diketahui sama sekali. Decide the teaching needs and ICT tools to include in TPD program. And then you have to develop, next you develop materials and set up ICT tool. And then of course you have to try out the ICT tools that will be practiced. Ya. Nah, ini apa namanya slide ini sejumlah ini nanti bisa dibaca apa namanya pertimbangan-pertimbangan, the consideration that you have to take when you want to make a TPD program. Ya, jadi ini apa namanya pertimbangannya banyak sekali ini. We have to consider about the resources, whether standalone or network, ya, and then about the focus, ya, the approach that you want to include in yours, whether you focus on technology or you focus on pedagogy, ya, it is your choice when you want to conduct your TPD. And then how we integrate the technological tools in our ELT. Yeah, and then we have to how integrate into the curriculum, the technology with the curriculum. Then there are some questions that you have to answer. Di ini ada apa namanya jawabannya. Nah, ini bisa ada step ya. Decide why you want to include technology in your teaching. Pertanyaan-pertanyaan tadi itu di ini pertanyaannya. Decide how technology is going to be used. And then you have to make survey about the ways technology can be used. And then you study the curriculum, decide where and when to integrate technology and design the activities project. Nah, kemudian ini some concern about ICT use. Ya, ada technical concern, functional concern, affective concern, logistical concern, conceptual concern, evaluation concern, instruction concern, and concern. Nah, ini harus diperhatikan ya. Hal-hal ini saya kasih saja contohnya misalnya about the logistical concerns misalnya. Nah, ini penting. This is important ya. If you have, for example, a big class, you have many participants in your program, and then how can you manage your program by using what? By using digital technology. Yeah. Oke, waktunya saya lihat sudah lewat. Saya tidak bisa menjelaskan satu persatu. Kemudian sebagai tawaran ini, saya kira ini ada satu topik. We have one topic which is interesting to discuss later on, not now, but this is only considered for us to discuss or to could be in the form of webinar again, and the topic is teacher entrepreneurship. Yeah, we have many graduates right now, but then if they want to become teachers, they all want to become teachers, and there is no enough places for them to teach. Yeah, then why don't we discuss about this teacher entrepreneurship? They create their own teaching institution. Okay, the last one is closing remarks. EFL teachers are demanded to update their teaching performance to cater their students' learning needs. And then second one is digitally oriented EFL TPD becomes necessity. Yeah, to keep teachers adapt their teaching in line with technology advancement. Higher education institution like State University of Makassar or other institution, ada tadi saya lihat ini dari Universitas Gorontalo misalnya, ya, I think you need to consider to establish a systematic and continuous teacher professional development to facilitate EFL teachers in our local areas. Misalnya kalau UNM, how can we establish this kind of systematic or continuous TPD program to cater the teachers, the EFL teachers in this province. Ya. Nah, begitu pula di provinsi lain, misalnya di Gorontalo, Manado, and so on. Ya. I think the higher education or the universities actually has the potential, to really facilitate the teachers, at schools or at district level to really adopt the technological tools, not only technological tools, but to adopt current strategies of EFL teaching. I think that's all for my session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Nurdin, for being with us. We do sorry for there are a lot of problems during the session. Yes, unfortunately, the internet connection might be a problem as always. Okay, so let's move to the next session for today's Dr. Nuraini. Dr. Nuraini, are you with us, Dr. Nuraini?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah,
Okay. So for the rest of participants, we hope that you can please mute your audio first, unless moderator or the speakers let you speak. Yeah. Okay. So without any further ado, Dr. Nuraini, the screen is yours.
Thank you, but I cannot share the screen since it's still our prop screen.
Okay, wait. Prof Nurdin.
Yeah.
Would you please stop your share screen so Dr. Nuraini will begin to.
Sorry.
Okay. Thank you very much, Prof. Okay, Dr. Nuraini, please continue.
Okay. Yes, it is visible.
Yes, we can see your slide.
Yes, it is very clear.
Thank you. But first of all, I would like to say I'm so sorry because I cannot make it the virtual background.
It's okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning everyone. I'm Nur Aini. I am the part of this session, and actually I'm students in a Universitas Negeri Makassar in a 2005 actually. So thank God I can meet my lecturers, all of the lecturers, my professor. Thank you very much to the head of English Education Department for having me in this session. Well, without any further ado, let me start my session. And title is the English Language Education Students, Sustainable Engagement in E-Learning. Okay. Yes. Since the early of 2020, so almost all schools and colleges around the world have closed down classroom or physical classes and move entirely into online virtual classroom due to the COVID-19. So the teachers' methods of delivering syllabus along with other aspects have changed significantly worldwide. So in this time, we are facing welcome transforming teaching and learning. Okay. And then there is demand of society 5.0 that really force us to be more creative as a lecturer, as a teacher, in order to deliver our materials, in order to engage our students. So this is the time for us to work hard and try to provide the best for our students. Okay. Since it enables learners to actively participate in learning anytime and anywhere, so e-learning contributes to positive learning outcomes, such as high level of learning success and high order reasoning skills. But one important problem in e-learning is the higher dropout rate, and the students tend to stay away from the lecture. They lack of the motivation. So the students tend to engage less in e-learning environments than in traditional learning environments because the interaction between learners and the teachers are reduced due to the distance. So the distance between the lecturers and the learners make difficulty of bridge communication. Okay. What we want to solve actually, given that the students' engagement is recognized as an important factor that positively affects learning and indicator of the quality of education, so an appropriate measuring instrument for the students' engagement is needed. In addition, online learning is also a difficult environment for learners to acquire self-regulated capacities. And learners who don't self-regulate their learning will have difficulty engaging on it. Okay, so actually this is the research report, and the objectives or what we want to achieve are to investigate the characteristic of the e-learning environment and the students' factors in e-learning. The second one is a suitable measuring instrument for students' engagement in the e-learning environment was developed. The next one is to develop an instrument to measure students' engagement in e-learning. And to elaborate the indicator of students' engagement. As the significance, we try to develop an instrument to accurately measure student engagement in e-learning environment. It is expected to help the teacher or the lecturers in designing effective e-learning curricula and reducing the high dropout rate that is associated with e-learning courses. And okay, and there are some scholars explained about this. We have Henry 2015. They have examined engagement in e-learning environments. They are also limited in that the level of students' engagement is mostly measured by behavioral indicators such as the number of logins, the number of questions asked, lectures taken, articles that are posted on the bulletin board, etc. And uh, National Survey of Student Engagement 2017 conducted the survey on students' engagement itself. However, such studies are also limited in that they apply many items that are specific only for face-to-face environment or traditional learning environment. They didn't focus on how do we engage our students in online class. Okay, but I do believe that most of us has already know what is students engagement. So how do we know whether students are engaged in their course? And is it important? Okay, so let's answer this question. So what is student engagement and why is it important? So the engagement explained three components such as positive conduct, effort, and participation. And according to KU et al. 2008, engagement is the degree to which learners are involved with their educational activities, and the engagement is positively linked to desired outcomes, high grades, student satisfaction, and perseverance. And the students who are more enjoyed, they will learn more. Okay. In addition, the student's engagement is the level of effort or interaction between the time or the learning resources, so that develop learning outcome and experience. When the students are highly engaged in their learning, they can improve their academic achievement, such as critical thinking and grades, and then they can apply the acquired knowledge to real life. And that is the core point of our teaching and learning process, that the students can apply what they have got in a real life. There is also, we say that the student satisfaction. So when the students engage, the learner, there is a learner interaction, instructional plans, improve the students' learning, and when the students feel satisfied or they get satisfied. All right. And the benefits of engagement itself is it has a greater sense of ownership over their learning. It can increase motivation, improve self-esteem, greater achievement, and improve relationship with peers and educators. All right. Okay. The level of engagement itself. So when our students get engaged or engaged, it means they will have a high attention and high commitment in learning. That is we call the behavioral, emotional, and cognitive engagement. So when it is a positive engagement, it means our students will attend the lectures, participate with enthusiasm, they will show their interest and meet their exist assignment requirements. So students may be positively engaged on any combination of this dimension, like a behavioral, emotional, and cognitive. Equally, we have to recognize that the students might be negatively engaged in all or any of those dimensions. So they might be disengaged behaviorally, emotionally, and cognitively. And that is the point for us. And the big challenge for us as the teacher, the lecturer, in order to engage our students. Okay. The method of this study actually, okay, the population consists of 160 students participated in this study, and that is special for English language education. They participated in an online survey for exploratory factors analysis. There is skill development process of like setting the item pool, ensuring the content validity, measuring the descriptive statistic, and implementation. All right, as the result and discussion, the result of the exploratory factor analysis, the items for factor 1 are related to psychological motivation. So these items in factor 2 related to peer collaboration and collaborative learning. Items in factor 3 are related to cognitive. Factor 4, interaction with the lecturer. And the last one is related to the learning management in the e-learning environment. So we will show you here. Okay, this is the result. Confirmatory factor analysis. Based on the result, it was clear that the reliability of the measuring instrument was acceptable. So this is the measuring instrument. Reliability analysis were performed on all 24 items. So we've got 24 items in order to know the students' engagement, and you can see here that was acceptable. And okay, the 24 items, it consists of psychological motivation, peer collaboration, cognitive problem solving, and then the 3 items related to community support, referring to psychological factors such as perceived bonds and connection with other learners, and the 3 items that were related to learning management. Okay, the results show that the students' engagement in e-learning was composed of 6 factors: psychological motivation, peer collaboration, cognitive problem solving, interaction with the instructor or the lecturers, community support, and the learning management. And this is the 6 factors that I have explained before. Cognitive problem solving represents the process of acquiring, understanding, and utilizing knowledge. The peer collaboration factors refers to activities in which learners discuss knowledge and collaborative solve problem. And learning management emphasizes behavioral engagement in which learners manage their own learning during active learning participation in online courses. And then interaction with the lecturer show the behavioral engagement in which the learner communicates with the lecturer of online class. And the community support factors is related to the psychological state of the learners, such as the bonds and the sense of community. And okay, this is the views of being engaged in learning. So to be engaged in learning means to be self-motivated to learn. And learning engagement involves learners in authentic tasks to involve problem solving. Okay, and in addition, the indicators or evidence that we found here, the students' engagement, it means when the students completing the assignments, submitting assignments on time, completing the course online, obtaining good grades for the course, and when the students motivate others in class, getting involved in a class discussion, and doing self-learning where needed in order to understand the subject matter, actively participating and enthusiastic in the lesson discussion, and then the learner interacts with the content and discovers concept. Okay, to wrap up the previous explanation, so the study explored and identified the characteristics of students' engagement in the e-learning environment in comparison with the factors of students' engagement measurement, tools for face-to-face learning environments, interaction with the lecturers, cognitive problem solving, psychological motivation, and community support. And online curricula should include courses that provoke engagement to educate students on effective engagement changes.
Bu Aini.
Dr. Aini? Dr. Aini?
Well, maybe we have to bear with Dr. Aini, understand her situation because she is currently in Selayar, right? In Selayar.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, Dr. Aini.
Yes, I'm coming back. I'm so sorry for for the inconvenience.
Okay. Would you please, maybe you are in the wrap-up session, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you may continue your wrap-up. Okay.
I'm so sorry about that. Thank you for understanding me. Yes, this is actually the last or the closing remarks that if you could be the most brilliant or informed person on earth, but if your class is in a state of boredom, your teaching is not making the impact. So that is the closing remark from me. Thank you very much for your kind attention. And I'll see you in the next session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Nur Aini. Okay, so so far we have already two speakers, two presenters giving a lot of insight and fruitful knowledge today. Okay, so if you have any questions for both the speakers that already share their thoughts before, you may type it in a chat box if you are afraid that later on you don't have any time to ask. But we still have the last speaker, but of course not the least, Dr. Hairil Anwar. Dr. Hairil Anwar.
I'm here. Just one
Okay.
second.
Okay. So waiting for the preparation, perhaps we have Dr. Anwar will give some ideas about the pentahelix model of ELTPD in Indonesia. Okay, I'm actually a kind of new with this theme, the pentahelix model of ELTPD in Indonesia. So I guess we are going to get a lot of new insight about what is actually the pentahelix model of ELTPD in Indonesia from Dr. Hairil Anwar. So are you ready, Dr. Hairil Anwar?
I am ready as always.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, so without any further ado, Dr. Hairil Anwar Korompot, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Ma'am Asriati. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good morning to all of us. This is the first slide of my PowerPoint presentation, which contains the title, The Pentahelix Model of English Language Teacher Professional Development. The term pentahelix model might be or might sound fancy, but it is basically about something very simple, and this is what I want to talk about. If I can reflect back to what have been presented by the two distinguished speakers, Prof. Nurdin and Dr. Aini, both of them talked about TPD in different contexts and for different purposes. Prof. Nurdin talked about the what of TPD in the context of technology, in the current development of ICT, and how to make ICT work for the TPD of English language teachers in our country, especially in the context of Indonesia. Dr. Aini, in my view, talked about TPD right from the beginning with pre-service teachers. The service teachers here refers to, the term refers to those who are studying, who are still studying to become English teachers in the future. So in principle, TPD has started since the in-service period or during the coursework period of our future teachers. What I'm talking about, rather, is about who. It's about who should be involved in the TPD of our English language teachers. And so let me go on with the next slide. So this is like a disclaimer, or that my presentation is based on a study funded by the PNBP funds from FBS UNM in 2020. The title is Model Pentahelix Pengembangan Profesionalisme Guru Bahasa Inggris di Indonesia. Peran unsur-unsurnya menurut perspektif guru bahasa Inggris di Sulawesi Selatan. That was conducted by the three of us, myself, with Muhammad Miftah Fauzan and Nur Fitri S. Two of my colleagues in the English language education program. Younger colleagues, actually. So I should begin by giving a general idea about TPD. I know, or we should be aware that many countries around the world are reforming their education systems, including our country. And with this reform, there is a great emphasis on, and the reason behind this is because the quality of teacher learning, TPD is also known as teacher learning, is key to students' learning outcomes. This is highlighted in the work of Rahman, Hoban, and Nielsen in 2014. So teachers are our spearheads, ujung tombak, for making sure our students' learning outcomes get better and better. And this is the definition of teacher professional development, if you're wondering what it is. And I think Prof. Nurdinoni has also shed some light on the definition of TPD. And this is a more verbal one. So TPD refers to all. If you look at the last three lines in this quotation, it is all the formal and informal learning experiences throughout one's career, from pre-service, teacher education, to retirement. Jadi dari pre-service hingga pensiun. Jadi tadi Ibu Nuraini bicara tentang, sorry, mungkin saya salah sebut tadi ya. It should be pre-service, not in-service. Pre-service teachers still studying in universities until they retire. So this means that to all of us, teachers and lecturers and students of English language education here, both in the S1 or S2 or S3 levels, we are, this is our fate. Ini takdir kita. The fate is that we have to undertake teacher professional development throughout our career, from pre-service level until retirement. And in Indonesia, TPD is a constitutional thing. I mean, it is mandated by the constitution, mandated by government regulations. In this case, the Undang-Undang Sistem Pendidikan Nasional, Undang-Undang tahun nomor 20 tahun 2003, as well as Undang-Undang Guru dan Dosen nomor 14 tahun 2005. Di sini saya menggunakan singkatan UU SPN 2003 and UUGD 2005. And in the Undang-Undang Guru dan Dosen, for example, it is stipulated very clearly there that UUGD stipulates the TPD principle very clearly. It says teachers have the opportunity to develop their professionalism in a sustainable manner by engaging themselves in lifelong learning. Ini tadi sudah disampaikan oleh Prof. Nurdin juga, bahwa the process must be continuing, or sustainable. So what does it mean to us as teachers and lecturers? It means that TPD is both a right and an obligation. Jadi dia dua-duanya ini, hak dan kewajiban. Kita berhak memperoleh teacher professional development, dan kita juga wajib melakukan TPD. So that's the main point. Nah, ini apa saja kegiatan TPD activities? Kegiatan TPD, ini banyak sekali di sini. I have listed here only some, and my list is not exhaustive. Artinya ini masih bisa lanjut kalau diperlukan, mulai dari seminars like this, workshops, conferences, and so on and so on. Ini masih banyak di sini, case study, ini bentuk-bentuknya, case study method, consultation, coaching, tadi sudah disebut oleh Prof. Nurdin, yang katanya, dan saya setuju, that it will be 95% effective compared to, more effective compared to the other methods. Apalagi masih ada mungkin, and it is, I think it is interesting to note here, teachers welfare. Jadi ada kesejahteraan guru. So the point is, we will go nowhere with TPD unless teachers welfare is improved. Dan saya kira itu sudah terjadi ya. Guru-guru sekarang sudah bermobil dan punya rumah harga ratusan juta. Itu sudah menunjukkan that our teachers are improving their welfare, which will affect their profession greatly, I'm sure. Ya, jadi kalau kita merujuk ke Undang-Undang Sistem Pendidikan Nasional dan Undang-Undang Guru dan Dosen, itu dapat ditafsirkan ya. Siapa yang, jadi tadi saya bilang bahwa my talk is mainly about the who, ya, the who should be involved in teacher professional development, whose responsibility is it. Jadi intinya begitu, siapa punya tanggung jawab ini TPD ini atau TPD. Kalau saya baca Undang-Undang Guru dan Dosen, ya, tersirat di situ that there are 5 main stakeholders. Dan karena itu muncul the term the pentahelix. Ini istilah keren-kerenan saja untuk menyatakan 5 pihak atau 5 unsur. Penta means 5 and helix means elements or parts. Ya. Nah, ini kalau disimpulkan ada 5 ya. Mulai dari the self. The self ini maksudnya si guru itu sendiri. The second one is the school, school management. Yang berikutnya the state, state di sini artinya negara. Kemudian the scholar, dan yang kelima the society. Ini kalau saya boleh jelaskan ya, the first 3 terms, 3 istilah yang pertama, the self, the school, and the state. This is from the literature review ya, which I conducted for my research. Ini 3. But the terms the scholar and the society, they are my brainchild. Ya, ini dari saya sendiri istilahnya. Bahkan penambahan 2 unsur ini juga dari saya berdasarkan kajian literatur. Nah ini dia ya. Jadi kalau bisa digambarkan secara grafik seperti inilah TPD yang ideal menurut hasil penelitian kami itu. That TPD must be conducted by these 5 different parties in a pentahelix model. Yang tujuannya semuanya adalah the enhancement of quality English language education. Di sini bukan hanya English language teaching ya, perlu saya tegaskan, I have to emphasize the importance of making a difference between English language education and English language teaching, because in my view, English language education is broader than English language teaching. It entails, you know, all the various aspects of English language education, which is our main field of study. Dan ini semuanya hanya bisa terjadi kalau kelima unsur ini berperan secara aktif. All the pentahelix elements. Nah, diagram ini yang kami hasilkan dari penelitian is based on the previous models. Ini sudah ada model sebelumnya sebenarnya ya, bukan. So what we came up with ini pentahelix is not something that is entirely new, because there has been a previous model before, dan ini yang menurut literatur yang pernah saya lihat ini ada ya, quoted by Supriyana, citing the work of Saito. Ini ya, tapi di sini hanya 3 ya, 3. Ada schools, di UPI dalam hal ini tempat kerjanya Pak Supriyana ini ya, dan pemerintah provinsi atau dinas pendidikan. Ini hanya 3 unsur. Menurut kami ini tidak cukup ya, because you cannot leave out the teachers and the other elements in the equation. Dan ini juga penyempurnaan dari apa yang pernah saya sampaikan ya, as in my plenary speech, ketika saya diundang memberikan plenary speech mewakili Teflin at the Melta Conference in Kuching, Malaysia in 2019. I was tasked by the committee members, by the organizing committee, to talk about the roles of the 3 elements ya, the self, the school, and the state. Dalam kesempatan itu kita diminta membicarakan tentang peran the self, peran the school, and peran the state di Indonesia dalam hal. Sepulangnya dari sana, saya terinspirasi, and I think that I have to include two other elements, and those are the scholars dan the society. Saya lompat saja ke sini. Jadi, penjelasan lebih lanjut about the self ada di sini. So the self includes school teachers, and I think also teachers organization. Jadi dalam the self ini terkandung di situ guru dan organisasinya seperti MGMP, PGRI dan sebagainya. The second one, the state. In my view, this includes the Ministry of Education, Culture, Research, and Technology. Ini nama kementerian kita yang terbaru ya. Kemudian the Ministry of Religious Affairs, Kementerian Agama, because Kemenag also handles education for Islamic institutions, Islamic educational institutions. And then there is the role of the provincial government and the city or regency government. Pemerintah provinsi dan pemerintah kabupaten, karena pendidikan SD SMP ada di pemerintah kota dan kabupaten, while the SMA dan SMK are under the auspices of the provincial government. Jadi inilah yang dimaksud dengan the scholar. Yang dimaksud dengan the scholar ini hanya istilah saja ya. The scholar includes teacher, educators, and trainers like ourselves. Like myself, sebagai teacher educator, dan teacher trainers, guru apa seperti Widya Iswara, LPMP dan selanjutnya tidak terlepas juga dari the scholar ini peran dari their institutions, institusinya yang di mana mereka bekerja ya. Jadi seperti saya misalnya di UNM, institusi UNM sebagai LPTK. Bisa juga institutions like LPMP, where the Widya Iswaras work. And in my view, Ibu Syarifah, can you please, sorry, Ibu Syarifah. Okay, I have muted Ibu Syarifah. So the scholar here includes ELT researchers as well, and maybe other parties. Ini kan seperti saya bilang tadi, my list is not exhaustive, so the list can go on depending on our interpretation. And if further researchers want to include more, I will be more than happy to hear about them. Ini the scholar ya. And the last but not least, in my view, in our view, is the society in this pentahelix model. The society ini mencakup members of the community, students, parents or guardians, teachers organizations. Ini walaupun teachers organizations bisa masuk di the self, saya pikir atau kami pikir ini bisa juga masuk ke the society sebagai masyarakat guru gitu ya, kelompok-kelompok guru. And last but not least is ELT industry. Ini istilah baru mungkin ya bagi kita semua. ELT industry ini termasuk misalnya publishers, companies who make profits, creating textbooks, for example, or learning materials dan sebagainya. Yeah, so these are the 5 elements of teacher professional development that are responsible for TPD in the context of Indonesia. The society ini saya tambahkan ya. The reason why I decided to include the society here is because di Undang-Undang Sistem Pendidikan Nasional ya, which is still applied at the moment, mengandung banyak reformasi sebenarnya. Di dalam undang-undang itu ada banyak reformasi pendidikan yang dilaksanakan di situ atau yang diregulasi di situ. Salah satunya adalah kalau menurut kajian literatur saya ketika melakukan penelitian PhD, yang paling penting di situ adalah community involvement, keterlibatan masyarakat dalam pendidikan nasional. That is why we have misalnya di sekolah-sekolah itu ada komite sekolah, ada dan mungkin other types of involvement of the parents and the community members in our school structure. Itu adalah amanat Undang-Undang Sistem Pendidikan Nasional. So I think it is only logical to include members of the community in the pentahelix model of TPD in Indonesia. Ini kalau tadi I talked about my research, and these are some of the details of the research. I don't have to go into much detail of the research because that is not the main point of my presentation. But I might give you some idea about what we've done. Ini partisipannya, data collection, dan instrumen yang digunakan. Saya lompat saja ya. So this is the result ya, menurut para guru yang kami teliti itu ya, mereka ya, the teachers themselves have been taking an active role in their own TPD ya, through seminars, workshops, involvement in MGMP, and so on and so on. Ini the self ya. Jadi saya tidak perlu perlihatkan bahas semuanya ini, hanya bisa dilihat, Anda bisa lihat di sini that seminar, workshop, and pelatihan or MGMP are on the top of the list. Ya. Kemudian the school sama ini ya. Menurut mereka sekolah juga berperan aktif dalam TPD mereka dalam bentuk yang sama juga ya, workshop, seminars, and involvement in MGMP. Bagaimana dengan the central government ya, pemerintah pusat? Jawabannya juga sama persis ya. Workshops and seminars. Tapi untuk state government ini ada pendapat bahwa the government is also responsible for the implementation of PPG, program profesi guru ya, yang itu dilaksanakan oleh LPTK di seluruh Indonesia yang ditunjuk tentunya. And so on and so on. Masih ada juga MGMP di sini ya, dan seterusnya. What about the local government? It's the same thing ya. Menurut para guru masih on top of the list. It's still the seminars and the workshops as well as the MGMP. What about the scholars? Bagaimana dengan para dosen dan widyaswara ya? Sama ini ya, seminars, workshops, training ya, PPG, masih ada juga MGMP di situ. And last but not least, the society. Nah ini yang memang a lot of teachers still don't know what to make up of the society in terms of TPD. Mereka menganggap mungkin terlalu jauh kalau the society is expected to take part in TPD. But in our opinion, community members or the society should be involved in the in the TPD. Mungkin bukan anggota masyarakat secara kasar ya, tapi seperti yang dijelaskan tadi dalam daftar ya, misalnya ELT industry, professional organizations, parents, and so on and so on. Yeah. So the main point in my presentation is to introduce to you our concept of the pentahelix model of teacher professional development or English language teacher professional development in Indonesia. And we hope that this can spark debate and discussions among ourselves about whether the pentahelix model is exhaustive, sudah penuh, sudah habis, maksudnya sudah memenuhi semua elemennya, or whether we should add other elements. But in our view, the 5 elements are sufficient ya, sudah cukup saya kira 5 unsur itu to take part in English language teachers professional development in Indonesia. Yeah, so I think that is all I have to say about my topic, English language teacher professional development. using the pentahelix model of TPD. And I will be more than happy to entertain some questions later on. Back to you, Ibu Asriati.
Okay, thank you very much for the. I think we got new ideas, Dr. Hairil Anwar, from your presentations. Yeah. Okay. I guess what is actually the pentahelix? It is might be really simple things. Actually, it is already there, but you give us more idea about. Okay, there are actually five factors that is actually being responsible in how to improve the TPD, TPD activities especially. Okay, so thank you very much for all the distinguished speakers today. And actually we plan to have a 2 session or 3 sessions of questions, but a Q&A session, but I'm afraid it is not enough. So I just go directly to some questions that already appear on our chat box for all the presenters. Perhaps you might check our chat box. Some questions already there. So to sum up, already discussed approaches of ICT in TPD, and Dr. Nur Aini specifically talk about the pre-service teacher in relation to TPD, and Dr. Hairil Anwar Korompot especially talk about in-service teachers in connection with TPD. Okay. Okay, for the participants, would you please stay mute before we give you time to speak, but I guess we don't have. Okay, so okay, now if we check the chat box, there are a lot of questions actually addressed to Dr. Nur Aini, to Prof. Nurdin Noni, to Dr. Hairil Anwar. We are going to choose might be only one for each of the presenters today. So we do sorry because we have the durations of our meeting might be not enough for all of your questions being answered. Okay, so Dr. Nur Aini or Prof. Nurdin, are you with us? Are you still with us?
Yeah.
Prof. Nurdin? Okay, I guess maybe Prof. Nurdin is not that available. Okay, so yes, Dr. Nur Aini?
Yes.
I guess would you please choose one of the questions from the chat box and then share your thoughts about it. Dr. Nur Aini, the screen is yours.
Right. Thank you, the moderator. Thank you for this nice occasion. I guess the question a little bit same. How to maintain the students' engagement, how to improve the students' engagement. So I will answer directly. Hopefully you can get the. All right. Personally, I would like to share my personal experience. How do I improve the students' engagement, or how do I engage my students in my class, especially in this online class? The first thing that I did is try to hook my students' interest. I try to hook my students' interest with the fun design activity. Even the subject, it's not really like it's not about skills, but I try to create the fun design. Plus I did is I use gamification in my class. So in gamification, we have a lot of things that we can insert in our teaching. I use like bamboozle, use quizzes, game kit, tablet, and in order to attract my students' attention, in order to help them to be more creative and enthusiastic in learning. And then the second one is I applied project-based learning or project-based lesson. So when I use Zoom meeting, I try to break out the rooms and provide some cases for every groups so they can discuss together, and then I will enter every group or every Zoom. So I think it will be amazing for them. And I have shared and also investigate whether they engage or not. So that's what I did in my class actually. So I didn't only just share and then tell and deliver the materials, but after that I try to deliver like questionnaire in order to get they enjoy my class or not. Okay, so I think that's all. Maybe moderator.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Aini. Okay, we hope that Dr. Aini's insight and thought and idea also give us, especially the questionnaires idea. Yeah, so Dr. Nur Aini actually applied some kinds of gamifications in her classroom to engage the students, and of course, this is really important to be a role model, yeah, for the students since we are actually teaching the pre-service teachers. So it is going to be a good idea for them later when they are going to be in service later. Okay, so Dr. Hairul Anwar.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Asri. Let me respond to the messages in the chat box.
Yes, okay.
The first here, I think, is from Pak Hasbi. Yeah, he said, I think English courses can also be included in society. Yeah, I agree completely. Yeah, that English courses, in this case, school, can be included in society under the ALT industry category. But I think at the same time, English courses or English language schools, maksudnya ya, English language schools can also be included in the school element, yeah, because they schools should not only be limited to public schools, but I think schools should also cover English language schools because they are the users of our teachers. But at the same time, they can also become, they can also be a part of the ALT industry because they make money by teaching English. Yeah, that's why it is called industry. Kemudian ada lagi pertanyaan, who should contribute more to TPD? I think it depends. It depends. I can describe it in terms of intrinsic and extrinsic forces. Yeah, intrinsic forces should be the teachers themselves. The teachers themselves should be responsible for their own TPD, and this is not only a professional professional obligation, but also constitutional obligation. Ini bukan cuma tanggung jawab profesional, tapi juga tanggung jawab konstitusional, karena ada dalam undang-undang ya bahwa guru punya hak dan punya kewajiban melakukan TPD. So they should be more responsible for their own profession. But it doesn't mean that the other parties should not be held accountable for TPD. And I think the government, yeah, is the one who is who should have the bigger portion in providing TPD for our teachers, because the government has all the resources. Kan sumber daya ada semua di pemerintah. They have the resources, they have the experts, they have the money, they have the connection, and they have the constitutional responsibility to advance education in our country. Jadi harusnya pemerintah ada di situ. And yang lain tentunya bisa diuraikan satu persatu, but we don't have time for that. Ada lagi pertanyaan dari, ada komentar dari Ibu Mulyati, Dr. Andi Mulyati. Teachers FGD, ya, focus group discussion will be practically and effectively be used for TPD because the teachers can express and share problems and find the solutions to the to them. What do you think? I think I agree completely with you that focus group discussion is one of the many ways, which teachers can exploit in order to improve their professional competencies. So tadi kan ada dalam slide saya, kalau saya tidak salah itu, salah satunya adalah focus group discussion, and this is among many other things. And I think FGD is very effective because teachers can talk to each other in an intimate and open way. Tapi itu barangkali depends on how prepared our teachers are in opening up about their limitations or their problems, ya. Karena tidak semua guru juga mau mau terbuka dengan teman-teman seprofesi. Kadang-kadang ada juga yang tertutup, ya. Jadi kita harus hargai juga yang merasa tidak perlu cerita ke orang lain persoalannya, ya. But if they are interested in talking with each other, I think one of the great ways to do that is through focus group discussion, which can be organized by the MGMP on a regular basis. Mungkin tidak setiap minggu, tapi mungkin 2 kali sebulan atau sekali sebulan. Yeah. So I think that is a good point made by Dr. Mulyati. And there's another one here from Musdalifah. How do we distinguish that the teachers join TPD to improve their skills or just to be certified or obliged by the government? Well, I don't think it is our job to be to scrutinize, whether this teacher is here because they want to improve their TPD or because they just want to get the certificate. I think it is a personal choice, and everyone has the right to choose what they want and what their motivation is. But I think the motivation of getting the certificate is not very bad at all, ya. Tidak salah juga, ya, kalau saya dapat sertifikat, apa salahnya gitu, ya. I think being motivated to join TPD just because of the certificate is a good start. Ya. Jadi mudah-mudahan dengan hanya bermotivasi sertifikat, di masa akan datang motivasinya bertambah sehingga bukan lagi sertifikat, but they can do the TPD voluntarily, without being motivated by material reasons. Itu kan alasan-alasan matre itu, ya, ceritanya, ya. Karena if you get the certificate, you can get the reward. Kan ujung-ujungnya uang itu kan, ya. Jadi saya kira itu tidak salah, but it can be perceived as a good start daripada tidak sama sekali gitu. Oke. Siapa lagi ini? Oh, tidak ada lagi. I think I have answered all the questions. I'm sorry if I cannot answer all the questions. Back to you, Bu Asriati.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Hairil. So actually, there are still a lot of questions. Yeah, maybe Dr. Hairil already covered some of them, and then there are some also addressed to Prof. Nurdin and some addressed to Dr. Nur Aini, but unfortunately we have a time limitation here, so we do sorry for the inconvenience that we couldn't answer all the questions given to all the distinguished speakers today. So before we really end this meeting today, so we already get a lot of insight from all the distinguished speakers today. Thank you very much to Prof. Nurdin Noni and to Dr. Nur Aini, to Dr. Hairil Anwar Korompot for insight about English language teacher professional development today. And I guess announcement for all the participants. I guess Dr. Hairil, are you
Thank
ready
you.
for the announcement?
Thank you, Bu Asri. So now I'm wearing another hat, and my hat is the hat of the event organizer, yeah, event coordinator for this seminar.
Okay.
Announcement, yeah. The first one we would like you to know is that the link to the attendance list is in the chat box. Please click on it to access the Google form for recording your attendance in this seminar. That's the first one. The second one is we are going to hold a workshop next month on the 5th of June, which is the second session of this faculty professional development program here in our institution. And it will feature a distinguished speaker from the TANAH Institute of Management and Research in Mumbai, India. Unfortunately, the seats are limited to just 20. Initially, it was 20, and then we negotiated again. And the presenter finally agreed to allow us to have 26 participants on the 5th of June. And he said that he will be available for the second session or the third session even, ya, in coming months. Jadi kalau belum dapat kesempatan kali ini, beliau bisa kembali lagi di bulan-bulan yang akan datang. Kebetulan kayaknya Agustus, September dan seterusnya itu masih kosong. Jadi Pak Mahesh Luthia itu, Dr. Mahesh Luthia from Mumbai, India, might come back to the Zoom session here to give another session of the workshop. And the workshop is entitled Developing Cross-Cultural Competency, which is very relevant to our job as English language teachers in the 21st century. Now that we are faced with the challenge of internationalizing our university, exposing ourselves to the global world, ya. Jadi mungkin itu informasi yang kedua, ya. Then the third one and the last one I want to tell you is about the certificates. Yeah, so the certificates are free. It's ready, but there has to be some slight change. Harus ada sedikit perubahan karena awalnya yang bertanda tangan saya, kemudian ternyata yang saya diberitahu bahwa it has to be the dean who has to sign it. Yeah, so we have to change it again, and we cannot get the dean's signature until next Monday. So everyone, please bear with us. We will send you your copy via email. So and Dafira, one of our staff members in the committee, is doing that correspondence with all of you. So please wait until maybe next Monday or next Tuesday for your copy of the e-certificate. So everyone who is in this session will get the certificate. And those who are not here, I think we are generous. We will be generous enough to give them the certificate if they want, if they contact us. Yeah, they might be watching via YouTube at the moment, but to be honest with you, I don't know how that works. I don't even know where on YouTube our session is being broadcast. Yeah, saya nggak tahu di mana itu muncul di YouTube, ya. But nevertheless, I am recording this session, and I will make a video based on this session and put the video on our YouTube channel sooner or later. Yeah, I cannot guarantee when, but soon we will upload the video on YouTube so everyone can watch it again and over again if you want to. Yeah. Yeah, that's all. The 3 points I would like everyone to know. Thank you. Ibu Asri, back to you.
Okay, Thanks very much, Dr. Hairil. Okay, so I guess we get into the end of the sessions for today's English National Webinar. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us here. Though there are perhaps a lot of problem because of the network or classic problem with the webinar, of course, and we hope that as what Dr. Hairil already announced to us, that if you are actually interested to join the next editions of Faculty of Professional Development brought to you by English Language Education Study Program, please, we kindly wait for you that. And again, thank you very much for all the college, the students that already joined this national webinar today. Okay, I guess that's all from us, from the we do sorry for the inconvenience. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for being the participants for today's, and we are going to wait you to in another editions of Faculty Professional Development. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Asriati. Back to me again. Please don't leave, everyone. Can you please stay for a few minutes? I would like to take your photographs, yeah, for our record, yeah. And it would be great if you could turn on the camera so you can see your faces. I'm so happy to see some people I know and some new faces here as well, ya. Ada Pak Simon Sitoto, Pak Pratela, ada teman lama saya Ibu Maya Wisang, ya. Ada bos saya Ibu Rusdiana Junaid, ada teman dekat saya Dewa Bakti dan Ibu Yola di Gorontalo, ya, luar biasa.
Don't forget the picture. Share the picture.
Okay. I will take the picture now and save it for our sake, ya. Tunggu dulu ya, tunggu dulu. Soalnya ini ada masuk terus chat, ya. Jadi ada yang tertutup mukanya oleh chat. Lanjut ke halaman berikut. Ini ada Christine Saia, ada beberapa mahasiswa juga, ya. Ada Prof. Baso, luar biasa Prof. Nur Fitri Alfia, ini mahasiswa. Bisa buka enggak ini? Buka kameranya kalau boleh, ya. Kalau enggak boleh enggak apa-apa, ya. Oke. Sudah. Dan the last sheet, ya, the last screen, ya, last screen. Ini ada Ibu Novi, ada Ibu Hasbi, Bu Amra, dan teman-teman lain, ya.
Salam Pak Hasanuddin.
Tunggu dulu, ya. Saya foto dulu ini yang the last screen. Tunggu dulu, jangan dulu bicara, tapi
apa kabar? BERSATU.
Ya. Oke, jadi sudah selesai foto. Yang masih mau bersilaturahim silakan. Ini kebetulan masih suasana Idul Fitri. Silakan. Saya tidak akan tutup sampai kira-kira 15 menit ke depan. Itu juga untuk memberi akses pada teman-teman yang ingin mengisi daftar hadir, ya. Jadi ini masih akan saya buka sampai 15 menit ke depan. Sebelum akan saya tutup, silakan.
Ya Pak Hairil, daftar hadirnya lewat apa?
Ya Prof.
Terima kasih Pak Hairil.
Selamat Pak Hairil.
Terima kasih Pak Simon.
Terima kasih Pak Hairil.
Salam dari Dumoga, Imandi.
Imandi. Ada orang Imandi di sini, ada orang Dumoga.
Thank you, sir.
Ya. Mudah-mudahan rencana bulan Juli ada seminar lagi
Pak Simon Situto. Ya teman kelas ini dulu sudah dibuka saya Pak Simon, sudah di mana ini Pak Simon?
Pak Simon gimana nih Pak Simon?
Pak Simon. Teman kelasnya.
Oke, sebelum ini berakhir, on behalf of the Prodi, I would like to thank Ibu Asriati for her service
Terima
as
kasih Paling.
MC and moderator for the seminar. To thank the speakers, the other two speakers, Professor Dr. Nurdinoni and Dr. Aini, and all the professors in my department and in other universities, all the students who have made their way here. I will see you again next time. And
Okay, see you next time. Congratulations, Pak Heri,
yeah,
and all the speakers.
Dewa di mandi nih ya, lagi di mandi. Dewa ada di mandi kayak ini.
Ada di kampung, Gemoga, Kemang Merta.
Oh, di Kemang Merta.
Iya. Jaga lihat dulu itu mandi.
Mana Juli akan dari sawah-sawah sini.
Nama komandan?
Komandan siapa? Komandan siapa itu?
Satu kos dulu.
Oh.
Harus lupa ini.
Lupa nama, masih ingat muka.
Dwi.
Oh, Dwi Adnyana.
Ya, that's right.
So kaya dia itu.
So bos di kota ini.
So kaya itu, udah paling rumah so kaya. Apa?
Kalian kampung Tambun semua ambil.
Iyo.
Cantik di tengah. Sini.
Rumah makan Ling.
Oke. Yang mau live silakan. Terima kasih sudah bergabung.
Nah, Hairil.
Ya, Prof.
Maaf, saya tinggalkan dulu.
Tidak apa-apa, Prof. Prof kan keynote speech.
Nerdewa di mana tuh Nerdewa tuh? Nerdewa lagi di mana tuh?
Di rumah.
Dia enggak kedengaran kali sekarang.
Lagi di kampung ini Maya.
Oh.
Salam Sidoarjo atau Sidoarjo atau di mana?
Pasuruan Ner.
Biasa Didi.
Pasuruan, Jawa Timur.
Pasuruan, Jawa Timur.
Salam Bu Pendeta dan Ibu Pak Pendeta. Udah sehat-sehat selalu.
Oke.
Makasih Nerling. Aduh luar biasa nih hari ini.
Makasih sudah bergabung.
Tinggal dulu nih. Tinggal dulu.
Mr. Ling.
Halo Dev.
Iya, memang seminar ini so ideal sekali, luar biasa. Cuma pendidikan sekarang so hancur dengan politik.
Oh begitu di daerah ya, realitas di daerah ini?
Iya begitu. Jadi sesuatu yang mimpi mau mencapai pendidikan yang ideal seperti yang disampaikan tadi itu.
Iya.
Karena politik sudah menghancurkan segalanya, baik dari perekrutan pemimpinnya, kepala sekolahnya, begitu juga penempatan guru sudah tidak pada tempat.
Guru di daerah yang bicara ini, yang mengalaminya sendiri. Iya, memang serba salah ya. Dengan reformasi pendidikan kan kita kan daerah ya, tapi ternyata pemerintah abuse sistem gitu.
Saya kesini Kak.
Udah hampir ya serba salah. Karena politik sudah masuk terlalu kecil di masing-masing daerah.
Ya dulu kan ceritanya dulu ditangani oleh kementerian secara terpusat. Di daerah itu banyak kanwil dan kantor departemen sebagai perwakilan pemerintah pusat di daerah supaya bisa mengontrol dengan sebagian diserahkan ke pemerintah daerah, tapi ternyata jadi alat politik ya.
Iya, pokoknya hancur pendidikan karena sudah diserahkan ke daerah. Beginilah,
Iya.
dimobilisasi
untuk pilkada,
iya.
Kepala-kepala sekolah di
pemilu yang baru lalu ini bahkan luar biasa. Kita diancam betul-betul.
Gitu ya.
Jadi memang berat mau mengembalikan pendidikan di relnya ini. Tapi kan tadi itu saya sampaikan atau kita sampaikan di forum itu karena kenyataannya seperti itu.
Ya, kita di kampus kan harus bicara dan hanya bisa bicara yang ideal kayaknya. Karena kita
iya, kampus kan memang sudah berbicara secara standar idealnya seperti mana seperti itu. Benar sekali. Cuma setelah dikelola oleh pemerintah, ya orang yang tidak seharusnya di sana dia berada di sana.
Dan itu sudah banyak diteliti, Dewa ya. Itu sudah banyak diteliti. Saya sudah baca beberapa artikel tentang apa itu kooptasi penguasa gitu ya, kooptasi penguasa terhadap pendidikan di daerah. Itu sudah diperhatikan sebenarnya. Cuma baru diperhatikan
nanti
kalangan akademisi, bukan oleh pemerintah pusat.
Yo, nanti kapan pulang ke kota?
Hah?
Kapan pulang kota? Florido ini orang di kota.
Oke, nanti cari kesempatan pulang ketemu Bagu baru.
Balik pulang ya.
Lele itu kota biar ada perkembangan sedikit.
Oke ya, saya tutup sesi.
Oke,
Terima
yuk.
kasih.
Selamat siang
semuanya. Selamat beraktivitas kembali. Have a great weekend ya. Bye bye.
Biasa sila lo di salai di Gandena.